4:30 a.m. There's no one around. Just me and my coffee. It's too early for sunlight, so I gotta stare at my screen, Dr. Huberman. Anyway, on to some squats. Thought I'd go through a bit of a mobility routine just to show you how I normally warm up. A couple of forward leg swings. I try to tilt my pelvis forward as I bring it up. Just helps me get a bit of extra stretch in my back. Try to get as far crossover as possible. Normally get through about 3 of these rounds. And on to some deep squats. So just a little bit of a dynamic movement just to get the blood flowing. For my warm-up sets, I like to try going deep as possible. It feels really good on my back, but I also get a really deep stretch in my quads, which is great for muscle growth and hypertrophy. I like to stay in this position for a little while. And I roll the bar up into a high bar position, get my torso upright, and then up we go. Still just warming up, 100 kilos in the bar. Still trying to go as deep as possible, get a stretch in my quads. Sit there for a moment. Nice and controlled. Another set with 100. Just an additional warm-up set, get my knees and my ankles nice and stretched. Try to go as deep as possible. On to 140, still warm-up set. Getting a lot more depth with 3 plates on the bar. In the past, I've always been a bit scared of not being able to come up again, but it seems that my body's adapted to be able to do it quite easily these days. And just practicing my depth, still 140, but just practicing stopping at parallel. I don't waste my energy going any deeper. Onto 160 kilograms. Still just testing my parallel depth. Quite happy with that, so we'll move on to our first tier, 165 kilograms. Happy with the depth, it's nice and parallel. I'll go for one more rep. During this set I started getting quite a headache, perhaps a dehydration headache. So I thought I'd try one more time. But ultimately I did call it quits for squats. I wasn't able to do an AMRAP as my head was just pounding too much. So I decided to do one more. And onto some calf raises. It's my goal to get some mean looking calves. Not for performance reasons, purely just aesthetic. I do like to alternate doing full range of motion and then going to just the bottom half stretch. So I normally do 1 or 2 sets of full range of motion. I alternate with a standing calf raise. Emphasis on the stretching position, even on the full range of motion. Then I'll do 1 or 2 repetitions of full range and then 1 or 2 repetitions of stretch position reps. Trying to get the best of both worlds. See if it's going to make a difference in my calf growth. Back to alternating with the seated. This set I focused a little bit more on the stretch position. If anything, it gives a hell of a burn and pump. And you can use it as a tool. Once you start to reach failure with your full range of motion, you can bang out a couple more repetitions just getting into the stretch position. Another full range of motion set. And then as I feel I can't extend all the way, I do a couple of stretched negative sets. Not using a ton of weight on these sets. I prefer to get a couple more repetitions and to emphasize the stretch and the negative of the movement. And I feel if I have too much weight, I end up just doing like little toe pumps. Not even logging the weight that I use. I kind of just take a guess, do a set, and then feel if I want to go heavier or lighter, adjust accordingly. One last set for the day, and we'll call it quits. It's an unfortunate squat session, but I'm not going to take it as a failure. I'll still stick to 1 or 2 repetitions. Hopefully next week I'll feel a little bit more energetic. I'm going to try and get as much sleep as possible. I have not been up to scratch with my nutrition, so that's something I will work on, but more meal prep this weekend. Some rest, and then hopefully next week we can break some records. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.